going to take a walk down the main street of St. Charles, Missouri, where for one day each year, buildings dating back to 1830 become the backdrops for hundreds and hundreds of quilts. Surrounded by the freeways and sprawl of Greater St. Louis, St. Charles, Missouri has a character and a flavor all its own. St. Charles was the first town founded on the Missouri River, and it was from here that Lewis and Clark launched their celebrated journey westward. And once a year, it opens its arms to quilters and quilts. The Quilt Show on Main Street is a day-long celebration in this historic streetscape of the role that quilts have played in the American heartland. Today, Main Street's porches and railings support hundreds of quilts from every era. It seems as if any service that doesn't move, and even some that do, will be covered with a quilt. The Quilt Show coincides each year with the reenactment of St. Charles' Civil War heritage just a block away on the river's edge. Even here, in the tints of the blue and the gray, quilts play a role in the meticulous evocation of a shared past. The Quilt Show is sponsored by the merchants on Main Street.
How many more do we need?
And since many of them sell fabric and patterns and supplies,
oh, sweetheart.
It's a quilter's shopping heaven.
These are fat quarters, and they're cut 18 by 22, which gives you more length in the fat quarter. And I bought these little packets to make all the applique flowers. And like this piece of fabric, I could fussy cut. If I see something in here that you really want, and then you just cut that piece out.
Oh, I love it. It's a good background.
For quilt enthusiasts, there's something to learn on every corner.
You'd be surprised how many men do it.
One of the attractions of the day is Carol Armstrong, who grew up in this area.
Good job. For a border, we're going to put the wildflowers. Beautiful.
Yeah, okay. Love it.
Her admirers use her published designs in their own quilts. They are drawn to the elegant lyricism of her images from the natural world around her home in Michigan. Julius Hunter, a local newscaster known for his sartorial elegance, donated 200 of his silk ties to the show last year. For St. Charles teacher and quilter Haley Bone, they were a gold mine of exotic material.
As I took them apart, they started talking to me and telling me what they wanted me to do. And because Mr. Hunter is an author, the first one that I did looks like books. After I got finished with appliquing those, then there were scraps. So I did the flying geese quilt. And then last but not least, I had some strips left after I was finished with those, and I made the log cabin quilt.
One of the most popular and moving exhibits on Main Street is the 9/11 commemorative display, a series of quilted responses to the emotional events of that day. The St. Louis regional quilters who contributed to the 9/11 show expressed their thoughts in fabric and thread because in quilting they found a voice that overcame their helplessness. Amid the seriousness of the 9/11 imagery, one quilt stands out, a masterpiece of patriotic themes, pieced on both sides.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Here on this day in St. Charles, when both quilters and visitors feel like part of the same family, quilts speak to what is enduring in the American spirit: continuity, innovation, and a vital connection with the past.